Hello! 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 Sorry. Hi! Hello! 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 Sorry, I did the mistake of washing my hair today, so my hair is like... Yeah.
I shall name our Twitch baby Globe and he will ratchet out the rest of his life.
Excuse me? What's happening? Hi! Hello! Hello! I missed your faces too! Hello! Thank you! Thank you! Oh, I missed you guys! Hello! 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 Can you guys hear the music now? Is it loud now? Hi! Oh my god! It's loud now, isn't it? Oh god! Hi! Hi! And you guys said it was low. Oh god. Oh my gosh. Hypers. Hello. Okay, so listen. Listen. I'm back from the Crimson Desert event, but I cannot I have an embargo. I cannot talk about it specifically about the game right now. So, Max, you cannot ask me anything right now. I can tell you guys other things, but not about the game right now. Just to clarify, I cannot tell you if it was good or not. I can literally smile and nod. I'm just smiling and nod in a random direction. It's just for a little bit. It's just for a few days. Just for a few days. Gosh heck. Novo Steed, thank you so much for the 16 months. Thank you, Adri, for the 16 months as well. Hello, stream is back from flip. Oh god, how few? How about this? I will confirm and I will let you know in like a few minutes. Go! You guys, I literally just started the stream. Okay? Jesus. I'm a little bit overwhelmed. Oh gosh. Superman, thank you so much for the 26 months. Oh my gosh. Did we have a 69 sub? Coca-Cola liker? Wait. That's a 69! Oh my gosh, Kokako, thank you so much. Nice for the 69 months of support. Come, you guys, I literally just started this stream. Just give me a few minutes. Come, blink twice if it was good. I'm just blinking randomly. Nice, thank you so much for the 69 months. Thank you, Coca-Cola liker. Thank you. Come. Woo! Skywalker, thank you so much for the 9 months. Oh gosh. God, yeet the baby. Yeet the baby. Yeet the Twitch baby. Shatta Lenore, thank you so much for the prime appreciating support to Blackjack and Hocus for about no minutes. Just panic. Oh god, you guys. Too much. Come. Nice face, your face. Thank you so much. Thank you. Gosh. Thank you guys. Oh. George, it's because I say hi to everybody. I can't individually say hi to every single name every single time. I would spend a stream 6 hours just saying hi individually. No panic. Okay, so the only thing I can tell you guys about the game is that hold on. Here. So let me talk a little bit about Crimson Desert. Sorry, I made sure to hide my face and my expressions and everything, and mute the sound because, yeah. Listen, the likeness is uncanny. Yeah, I see. Tell us more. Well, oh God. After I said no, suppose that's why I hid my face as I pretended to talk about it and I muted the microphone. Yeah? Hi. I missed you guys. Did you guys have a good last 3 days? I spent a lot of the last 3 days in the land of Nurgle. Do you guys know? Does everyone know what Nurgle is? I assume not. Nurgle is the god of like a kind of like disease in the Warhammer universe. And I find that airports, airplanes, and places like that are lands of Nurgle because people are always sneezing, coughing, and dying, and it's almost like they're proud of it. And Jesus Christ, I can't handle it. I hate airports and the lands of Nurgle. There was a baby in my flight. The baby somehow was silent. They turned the volume off on the baby. I don't know how. I wish more parents knew how to do this. How was Desert Crimson? Code Engineer, just because you swapped the order of the name of the game doesn't mean I can break the embargo. Oh God. Gosh. Good try though. Doesn't happen when you travel recently. Where the fuck are you traveling to? Because everywhere I go, it feels like people are just dying. And I'm trying my best to not get sick. You have these smarts. I do appreciate these smarts. Did I play it on console or PC? I played it on your mom. I looked into your mom's eyes and the game was there. It's true. I believe it. Yeah? Good, so you can just ask your mom how the game was like? Yeah, you can. When can I talk about... Oh my gosh. What were we playing today? Hold on. Oh God, today we have so many things to do. So many things to do. Oh God, I'm so overwhelmed, you guys. I am so overwhelmed. Okay, do you guys want to know the plan for today? So the plan for today, we have lots of things. First, I need to make sure no music. So pay attention. The plan for today is a lot of things. Okay, first I need to make sure that I do not break the embargo and accidentally tell you guys something. That's the first thing about the game. I will be able to tell you guys things about the game soon, very soon. And when I do, then you can ask me any questions you have. And the questions that I also actually have many questions myself. So I'll make sure that I will reach out to people that can answer my questions so I can tell you guys even more about that. Also, there is an announcement for Path of Exile. We'll be watching that together. Also, after the short announcement from Path of Exile, we are going to be trying out a little bit of Solasta 2. And after that, we we'll be also trying out a demo from another game after that. So we have lots of little things today. So today we're going to be doing lots of little, tiny, very different things. We'll be talking for a little bit. I can tell you like about my trip in general. I cannot tell you guys about the game. I cannot even tell you if I liked it or not because I cannot say impressions. It's going to be lots of little things. Soon we will start the Path of Exile thing, and then we'll try some Solasta too. I'm very excited to try. We in fact are listening to the soundtrack of Solasta too because I thought it was really sick and really nice. But sometimes it gets really loud and sometimes really quiet. You can't do impressions, but you can do impressions. I cannot say Crimson Desert good or bad. Oh my god. In fact... Oh, I cannot say anything. Oh, yeah, again! You guys are trying to bait me to say something! You cannot bait me to say anything! God! You guys are literally trying to bait me! I did not say anything! Jacob Baker, thank you so much for the 10 months. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for the 60 months. Thank you. Frost, thank you so much for the 19 months. Thank you for the welcome back. Oh my god, I'm so overwhelmed. Oh god. Help. Guys, the streaming is overwhelmed as fuck. You went 3 days without doing it. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, come. I cannot be bait. Did you try Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown? I did. In fact, I played quite a lot of that game. And I really liked it. And the game kept fucking me in the ass. Lua, tell us something about the game. Panic. Panic. Is it possible to remove the shield from the back? You're actually interested in that, Max? I can try to find that out for you. Lua, show us Boo. Oh god. Oh god. Even Boo is hiding. Okay. I'll tell you guys about my trip. Describe Crimson Desert story as a fruit. As a fruit? There are things that I'm excited to share with you guys. I just can't. Jesus Christ, this is hard. What the hell is going on? No spam. You guys, this boy, when I arrived, he heard my voice and he came running to me. He was EP, and when he heard mommy was back, he came running, Shaq. God. Please no spam, not right now. During battles, does blood get on clothes or on the ground or on objects? If Crimson Desert was a Teletubby, which Teletubby would he be? Is it a game? I cannot confirm or deny that Crimson Desert is a game. Listen, I sent the question, if Crimson Desert was a Teletubby, which Teletubby would he be? And I actually did get an answer from the people working in the game. They literally say, donate bits to get an answer. I don't know what that means. I cannot give bits to them. So, no answer for us. I'm sorry. No answer for us. So, I tried. Jesus Christ. I swear to you guys, the moment that you guys can pick my brain about that, I'll let you know. Let me tell you guys about the event. Okay, calm. Luality, if you have to play a game between The Witcher 3 and Crimson Desert, which one do you choose? I would choose your mother. I would choose having sexual intercourse with your mother. Oh God. Oh God. Okay. Okay. Next question. How was the food? Are you assuming I ate? No questions. No questions. Okay, why haven't I called your mom back? Okay, guys, okay, during the Crimson Desert event, there were actual real knights there that literally fought, beating each other up, and I got to put on a helmet. And the helmet was like, while it was comforting, it was like the most uncomfortable thing ever. And Rika, thank you so much for the tier 3. I appreciate your support for 3 months to Blackjack Nuggets for thank you. And one of the knights was actually somebody that knows Boo and part of this community. And I took a picture with them, faking cutting off their heads. Pics. Oh God, I should have selected the pictures. Yeah, so I actually got to beat a guy up with a pole axe. Will Powers, hello. The Helm of +10 Dragon attraction. You send a picture in DM. Yep, that was the helmet that I used. Yep. Yeah. I know that tabbing out means no music. I'm tabbing out the game on purpose because I'm so overwhelmed that sometimes I just need some fucking silence. Oh God. Did I eat some dessert? Was it crimson? Actually, I had the best popsicle I ever had in my life in this trip. I can tell you guys more about this if you guys give me some time to breathe, gather my thoughts together, and go through the trip like in a sequence that makes sense in my head. Jesus Christ. Gosh! Here, you guys. I got a picture. This was a picture during the Crimson Desert event. Here. This is me hitting the poor knight in the head. Yep. Yep. Uh, it was a great time. I felt really bad for him. It was actually really funny, because I kind of wanted him to upset me because I didn't want to. I mean, you can't see. It's because I have the wrong scene, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. So many buttons. The streaming is so hard. Okay, calm. I will show you. You'll be able to see. Oh God, but if I swap to the other scene, you guys will see the game we'll play later today. And I didn't even tell you guys that we'll play that later. What's my opinion on Thronebreaker? I think Thronebreaker has the best female protagonist in gaming. Here. This is me hitting the knight with an axe on the head in Crimson Desert. During the Crimson Desert. Not in Crimson Desert, the game! That's not the game, that's real life! I hit him multiple times. I hit his arms, his head, his back, everything. Except his butt. Low-end game cover, no! Realistic graphics, yep. It was a good time. How heavy was that axe? I don't remember. Why not his butt? The knight was not wearing underwear. He asked me, he specifically asked me to not hit him on his butt because his butt was the only part of his body that was unprotected. And he turned around and I could see his butt cheeks. Yes, that's a very good shot. Yeah. Relaxing. Will, thank you so much for stopping by for a second and answering questions with no... Well, maybe you should come on the stream and answer some questions. God, is this how you feel? Every day? Oh God, you guys, Will is one of the people behind the Crimson Desert stuff, and yeah. No! Oh God, no! Okay, go! Go, Will, go before... Oh God. Oh God. He's gone. I can confirm you guys that you cannot have sex with the dragon in the game. Okay, so the trip. When I arrived... Okay, I did a very bad choice that instead of trying to sleep during the trip, I decided to play Slay the Spire. In the plane. And when people later asked me how long it was my flight, I had no idea. I did not eat, I did not drink, I did not sleep. I don't think I blinked during the entire flight because I was playing Slay the Spire like a degenerate. I was literally hyper-focusing on Slay the Spire during the plane flight that I did not know what happened. But the problem is, when I arrived, because of the difference in time zone, I was very tired. But it's still, I wouldn't sit on the hotel like a little bitch and sleep, because actually that's what normal people did, and maybe I should have done that. It was literally fast travel. It's Slay the Spire. Yeah, Slay the Spire was really good. Oh wait, let me swap this. In talking about Slay the Spire, there's a new game from Slay the Spire coming, isn't there? Was anything about that game revealed yet? Too late now? Sleepy Nuts installed for this. It's in 1 week! Oh God, you guys, I'm so excited for that game. In fact, one of the people I met during the Crimson Desert event, they actually knew, they went to the same university and they did the same, one of the same game design classes as the people who made Slay the Spire. And they say that they played Slay the Spire, they loved the game, and when he saw the credits, it was like 2 of his classmates. Yeah. Can you record gameplay? What does that mean? Like, you're talking about, like, Crimson Desert? I don't know if I can share this kind of information. Oh my god, you guys are making my life so difficult. Ah! Oh god. I was talking about the trip, okay? Can I go back to that? And soon as I... Okay, so I was told a line I can say. I played, I recorded, and you can talk about it next week. Done.
Just don't tell me you're going to play Resident Evil.
Lavender, when I asked them if there is lucky underwear, they say that they will block me. I hope you're happy. Fair. Oh my god. Okay, so I got to eat oh god. How far did I tell you guys about the event? Getting blocked is just part of the internet. I did forget how to speak. Come. Okay, so when I arrived, I started insisting that we go do stuff. So I went to get some food, and I also met with another friend of mine who makes games, and it was a good time. Start from the beginning again. And she knows all the devs. I know some of them. Okay. When I first got into my old hotel room, let me actually share a picture with you guys. Where is the picture? Hold on. Oh, there's some. Hold on. When I first got into my hotel room, I saw something that I thought it was really weird. Okay? Here. Really weird. Hold on, I need to move this here. And I need to go back here so you guys can see this. Yeah, this music isn't working. Here. Can you guys see this? There was this green bucket in the bathroom, and I didn't know what this green bucket was for. So I have never been, like, this was under the sink. Yeah, calm. This was under the sink, and I didn't know what was the purpose of this bucket. No, that was not the toilet. Is the bucket? I thought maybe it was a piss bucket. I thought maybe it was, I don't know, maybe you put it on your head as you shower to not get your hair wet. I don't know. It was under the sink bucket. Yeah. Hold on. Where is this? I'll get this music that it doesn't matter if I alt tab. Here we go. Is this good? I think this is good, right? Caliga? Dirty towers? No. Turns out, do yourself laundry. Turns out, I believe that the reality was actually more boring than it was. I think it was just the trash. Yeah, I think it was just the trash. Plus 2 warm a bucket. I did not try putting the bucket in my head. Yeah. No, everyone had a green bucket. I actually asked the other people, and everyone had a green bucket in their toilets under the sink. It was crazy. It was crazy. After I solved did I ask the staff? No, I actually did not. Maybe I should have. After the mystery of the bucket was solved, I went to get some food, and I got to meet some cool people. Oh, Sama, thank you so much for the 30 months. May the bunnies be with you. Thank you. Bad luck happened. Thank you so much for the prime. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hold on. Wrong button. Here we go. I think it was probably the trash, but that's my best theory. Medieval? Yeah. So, it's just that I'd never seen a trash can like under a sink, so it was a little bit confusing. I think they just had so many people thrown after drinking that they decided to put buckets in every room. It could be. I can talk about Crimson Desert itself in a week. Cybercore, thank you so much for your cheer trees. Soon
66 more months until
66 more months until 69. You're very close. High five. Mwah. Now, yeah, trash cans usually have a bag. That's what I was thinking, Sarah Belly. Thank you. So, ultimately, I did not figure out what the green bucket was for in the bathroom. It could be for anything. I've heard that sometimes when people are in hotels, people do the most foul things possible in hotel rooms. Like, I've heard that people even like jizz on the carpet and stuff like that. It could be a jizz bucket. You guys have no idea. After I heard that people do awful things in hotel rooms, I wish I could float on while I'm standing in hotel room carpets. Yeah. You know? Summon hell beasts in a room? I honestly feel like that would be less gross than some of the things I think people actually do. Yeah. Maybe it's a conversation, but maybe. It was only one bucket. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I got to meet lots of people. They were so nice, so fun. And one of them actually got me mango ice cream. Not ice cream, it was a popsicle. And I do not like ice cream. I am not a fan of popsicles. I am in fact not a fan of cold stuff. I don't even drink cold liquids. And that was the best popsicle I ever had. I literally finished eating it like in 3 bites. It was so good. It was so good. I think it was made also with some white chocolate. And here's the funny part. I also hate white chocolate. But like, it was like just perfect. It's not overly sweet. It didn't feel cold, even though it was a popsicle. It was very creamy. It was very soft. I honestly don't know how somebody could make an ice cream like that. It was very nice. Very nice. I do hate code. It was from something called Age Mart. Yes, Resident Evil 9 tomorrow. Gosh, I can't wait for that too. I've heard great things about Resident Evil 9. Oh god, I heard great things about Slay the Spire. Guys, I feel like we're about to start a moment where it's gonna be hard to do anything and to get anything done. Oh, I also would like to announce to you guys that I went my very first 72 hours without mutagenics. White chocolate is a sort of excuse for chocolate. Chili Cork, I agree with you. I'm not a fan of white chocolate because it's not even chocolate. But again, this popsicle was like defying reality because it was just really good. Congrats, thank you. Cheers. Cheers. In fact, I was not the only person addicted to mutagenics there. Most people that I talked with that actually did play mutagenics, they had the same problem that I did. And in fact, some of them were even playing mutagenics at the breakfast table. That game is worse than crack. Never played Resident Evil? Maybe you should try, it's fun. Luke Stevens? No, Luke Stevens, he did not, did he play Mutagenics? I don't remember. No, it was not him. But he was in the breakfast table when Mutagenics was being played. Oh god. Calm. Calm. I did a mistake of being in high heels. My heels were like this. I traveled in the plane with high heels. I walked the last 4 days in high heels and my feet was like hurting like crazy. Oh, you guys, I went to karaoke. You guys want to know how going to karaoke with me was? I literally went to the karaoke room. I saw everyone sitting there singing, lights flashing and all this. I was like, this is overwhelming as fuck, and I walked out. The thing is, it's not that I'm against karaoke. I think in theory karaoke is really fun, but nobody really wants to hear me singing. Also, I have another problem. I only really listen to game soundtracks. So I can't sing that. Yeah, no, not singing. Not singing. Whew. But yeah, karaoke, it was fun. People had lots of fun, but I don't think it was for me. It's kind of like the club thing. You understand, if it's not written down, it doesn't... Wait, what? They had a lucky escape them, yep. Again, it was fun. No, I would not sing for you. Okay, I'll sing for you. Ah! Happy? Yeah. Happy? Done. Did I end up riding a dragon? I cannot tell you. Maybe. Yes, no, who knows? How long did I spend in the Baldur's Gate 3 character creation? That's a great question, Sir Donkey. The first time that I saw the Baldur's Gate 3 character creator, I spent longer than I would like to because I started crying because the music of the game was so beautiful and I was so excited to play that game that I just could sit there and crying like an idiot instead of actually playing the game. It was the first time in my life that I cried of excitement. Guys, I will slowly tell you guys about the trip. as my brain becomes normal
GTG immediately.
and I calm down during the day. I'm just a little bit overwhelmed. I'd never played any singing games, and I do not feel like ever playing a singing game. So don't worry. Made by Scar, thank you so much for the 69 months. Thank you. Mwah, thank you. Thank you. No. You guys will hear. You guys will hear fragments. Fragments. Oh man, I wish I could tell you guys some things. Guys, do you remember when we played Elden Ring Night Rain? There was a friend of mine. Do you guys know Cowboy? Yeah, he played with us some Elden Ring Night Rain. I got to meet him in person during the Crimson Desert event, and he was beating the shit out of one knight. I literally, you saw me hitting the knight, right? Like, it was really hard for me to hit the knight because I felt really bad. And he went there and he like beat the shit out of the guy. Cowboy like literally beat him up. I think I have a video. Do you guys want to see the video? Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Here. Here. Can you guys see?
Use it.
He beat the shit out of that guy.
It's okay, guys. I will just go back.
You could hear me saying it's okay, I'll just go back. Because I could barely hit the guys because I felt bad for them. He went there and he literally absolutely destroyed them. Yep. He absolutely destroyed them. I was like... Bah, 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 and come on. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I have so many things in my screen. Here. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Guys, I know that there is a music playing. Hold on, no music. No music. We had two music playing in one go. Yeah. Let's swappy. Let's get ready to watch the Path of Exile announcement, and then we'll go play some Solasta. We can still talk about the trip. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here. 6 minutes into the Path of Exile stuff. The most exciting part so far has been the bucket mystery. The mystery. Do you think I should actually call the hotel and ask them what the bucket was for? I'm actually curious about that bucket because I've never seen like a bright green bucket in a hotel. Maybe I should ask them. Because I've never seen like a bright green bucket. Like in a hotel room. I feel you would enjoy Shadow of the Colossus. I think I played that game long time ago. Is it a game that you play and then you feel bad that you're killing things? It's for ugly people to put over their head? Okay. Yeah, maybe. I should have tried putting it on my head, but I didn't because I was afraid it was for things that I didn't know. Corby, thank you so much for the 17 months of support to Blackjack and Hocus for Money. Thank you. Mwah, thank you. For those of you who don't know what's going on, we're going to watch a Path of Exile 1 announcement to see the new updates that are coming for it. And then we're going to be playing some Solasta too. We're going to be creating the character and checking a little bit of the game. Yeah. Was it in the bathroom? Yes, it was in the bathroom under the sink. I think it was like a trash can, but there was no bags. I honestly have no idea what's the bucket for. Hold on. Something very small that I can share from Crimson Desert. I can tell you guys about Crimson Desert next week.
Welcome back, Luag.
Yeah? Hazy Faye, thank you so much for the 20 months of support to Blackjack and Hocus for Money. Thank you. Thank you. No, Solasta 2 is not released yet. Yeah. But they said it was okay for me to show you guys like the character creator of the game and stuff like that. So I thought you guys might want to see it. But if you don't want to see it because the game wasn't released, yeah, we can just not do. Hi, hello. Is this my first league in Path of Exile? No, I have over 1,000 hours in Path of Exile. I know that's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but you know. In the grand scheme of Path of Exile, yeah. Man, that should I have tried pissing in that bucket? But the thing is, it seems like uncomfortable. Have you guys ever pissed in a bucket? Hi, Lana. Good to see you. I hope you have been well. Did you ever piss in a bucket? Yes? There is no way this many people have pissed in a bucket. You guys are lying. How you mean you missed? Can't say I have. Okay, good. At least you're being honest with me, Lana. Much easier for guys. Well, you can just sit on the bucket and then piss. Right? I feel like it's easier for anyone. I just don't see the reason why anyone would do that.
Hello, Lou and chat. Lua Blob.
Delicious. Thank you so much for the 13 months of support to Blackjack and Hocus for a Bunny. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Peed in a cup? Oh, for a urine exam, I wonder. I assume. Assuming you're not a crazy person. Delicious, thank you so much for the 13 months. Thank you. Why are we talking about this? Because there was a... In my hotel room, when I went to the Crimson Desert event, there was a green bucket that I did not know what it was for. Yeah. I ended up assuming it would be for a trash can, but Trash cans usually they have like a bag, and there was no bag, and it was under the sink. It was really confusing. Yeah, that's what I assumed. Oh, where's my bill? So that's why I asked if people piss. I saw that guy over there. I got to see a region for a bit. We got to hang out for a little. Yeah. Yeah. Is that good for you guys? Let me know if you guys need the audio to be raised and stuff like that. Zebra, thank you so much for the 20 months. Thank you. Am I playing Resident Evil 9 tomorrow? Yes. We'll be playing Resident Evil 9 tomorrow. Yes. Raju, you know, I needed to know what the bucket was for. It's a little loud. Are you guys ever happy?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers from Grinding Gear Games. Welcome to GGG Live. Today we're going to show you an exclusive reveal of Path of Exile Mirage, which is coming out 1 week from now on March 6th.
Nice.
Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream, so you'll be able to claim your Mirage weapon effect by following the instructions below.
Oh,
Now,
nice! Drops for you
let's
guys.
roll the trailer for Path of Exile Mirage.
The Jinn. They were bound to serve, but not to suffer.
Spoil 1.
The Aphrodite assault our lands, trapping my Jinn in an astral plane. Break their chains, rescue them,
I love her voice.
and you will be granted a wish.
Wait. That was fast. No, it's not Jahira. It's the same actress who
An
says
ancient evil
Cool
yearns
Dick
for his
in Path of
freedom.
Exile 2.
We must keep him in the dark.
What? Yeah, there's a boss who says cool dick in Path of Exile 2. I'm not making this up. Spooky. Oh, skill trees! Love that stuff. Nice. Mirage. Sick. Sick. This is the next Path of Exile free update. Once we are done with watching this, we're gonna be playing some Solasta 2. The character
In
creator.
today's stream, we'll take you on a deep dive into Path of Exile Mirage, where you'll unravel
dive.
ancient mysteries, unlock new powerful rewards, and become part of the eons-old story of the Winter
Many
Settlement.
things in March.
There are also significant in-game changes coming alongside
I
Mirage,
missed you guys.
including a progression of the in-game storyline, a new in-game atlas system, and as always, new rewards to match.
Wait, new?
After that, we want to talk about the slew of new Holy Templar skills and supports, as well as an additional Ascendancy class option added to the Scion, which some of you may find familiar. Next, we'll cover our new supporter packs, and then lastly, have a live Q&A session, where Ziggy D will ask Path of
usual.
Exile game director Mark, as well as game designer Octavian, your questions from Twitch chat. After
Thank
the live
you.
stream, we'll drop the full patch notes at 11 a.m. NZT
Cool.
or 2 p.m. PST. So let's get started. I'll hand things over to Mark to introduce the new league.
Hi,
Hi,
I'm Mark
Mark.
Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. In Path of Exile Mirage, you'll be taking on the Afarud, a sect of desert-dwelling necromancers who
Smash
have lingered
or
in the
pass?
shadows for centuries. They are outcasts of outcasts, with no home or promised land. Instead, they seek their sovereignty through darker means. The Afarud have captured the souls of Jinn throughout Rayclast.
Too dry,
They
yeah.
are killing them, sapping their energies for purposes unknown. You must fight your way past the Afarud's necromantic creations to find the captive Jinn. Here, Varashta,
He's impaled!
an ancient Marikith sorceress, has been doing what she can to protect the Jinn, but she needs your help to free them. After successfully defeating them, you will then be asked by Varashta to enter the Astral Realm
Oh,
and
she
break
go.
the tether trapping the Jinn there. This gate to the Astral Realm is a mirage, an
So
imperfect
it's
copy
not-
of the area around the captured Jinn. Now, when we say an imperfect copy, we mean that quite literally. Hold tight, because this leak mechanic has some serious implications for juicing areas.
How you mean?
We'll get to that in a
juicing.
moment.
So it's not that
can
dry.
augment the magic of the Mirage further, as she allows you to enter, giving you the option to
I love
choose
how
one
things
of
just
3
disappear.
wishes before you do so.
What is your desire?
These wishes are modifiers that will apply to the Mirage area and have some pretty potent outcomes.
Oh, sick!
There are wishes that grant extra rewards, such as the wish for glyphs, which causes all portal and wisdom scrolls in the Mirage to instead drop as other currencies.
Yes. Sage.
Or wishes that will spawn rewarding enemies, such as the wish for avarice, which replaces a number of packs in the area with gilded enemies that convert their
Whoa.
equipment drops to gold. And wishes that can grant you extreme power while inside the Mirage, such as the wish for souls or the wish for godhood,
Oh, you cannot
which allow you to
die.
consume the souls of your enemies or make you
I
completely
wonder how that works in
unkillable,
hardcore.
while within the Mirage, of course.
So
Each wish is also marked with
I
the
wonder how
sigil
this will in
of one of
fact
3
hardcore
powerful
players
Jinn:
builds.
the Sand Jinn, Fire Jinn, or Water Jinn. Depending on the sigil chosen, monsters within the affected Mirage will have a small chance to drop one of 3 new coin currencies: a coin of knowledge, coin of power, or coin of skill. Each of these coins can be used on a max leveled skill gem, corrupting
Recoin.
it and augmenting it with a random support that matches the color of the coin used.
Fires 13 arrows?
Only one skill that is imbued this way can be socketed into a given equipment item at a time, meaning you cannot have 2 imbued skill gems in your
So
body
that's
armor,
new
as
skill
an example.
gems?
Choose what you wish
That's one of the rewards, but let's get back to the
I love this
area-to-area
rules
mechanic.
base.
for you.
Once
Try
you've
as a
made your choice of
second.
wish, enter the Mirage and fight your way through the monsters and astral hazards to find the tether holding the Jinn. Shatter this chain to free the Jinn, step by step weakening whatever dark plans the Ufarud may have for Rayclast. Wishes
How
are
much
not the
scroll
only
power?
value a Mirage has to offer to an enterprising exile. As we mentioned earlier, Mirages are an imperfect copy of the area the Jinn
Hunters.
occupies in Rayclast, and it will copy almost anything, as long as it's within the domain of the Jinn. Mirages created from an in-game map, for instance,
Oh my
will
god,
have
there's so many
all
modifiers.
Scarab, Atlas, and map modifiers the area had. Mirages created next to a strongbox will have a new strongbox ready for you to open. Blights can be defended again.
If I'm not mistaken, this
Legions
is for
fought once more,
Path of Exile 1.
and so on. Effectively,
But
you get a portion of your map to play a second time.
something like this will probably
And
make into
everything you
Path of
did to
Exile
enhance
2
the content of
at
that
some
map
point.
applies in the Mirage too. These recreated copies of League mechanics, however, have been warped into reality by the power of the Mirage. And this has some side effects. For one, a recreation may not be perfect. The factions of a legion may differ from the one the Mirage copied. Or the variety of strongboxes may
Cool.
change. More importantly, the mechanic may be empowered
Cool.
with new threats and rewards
Yeah,
that are customized
same.
to each mechanic and
Sage.
are only available when doing that mechanic in the Mirage. For example, ultimatums
Yeah.
recreated in Mirages will have new threatening modifiers added to the usual pool.
Oh my
Restless Ground
god.
can raise slain enemies to fight again, or
Look at
quicksand
that
will
mouth.
grasp at your ankles. As a reward for these new threats, Mirage ultimatums can provide the new Sinistral or Dextral catalysts. These catalyze jewelry with increased effect of either prefix or suffix modifiers. As you can imagine, there's a lot of potential here. Another example is that Kalgurin ore recreated in the Mirage has a chance to be replaced by a thaumaturgic hourglass, a powerful magical device that your Kalgurin friends can mine in order to obtain vast quantities of thaumaturgic dust. Blight encounters
I wonder if I would
recreated
be
in
allergic
Mirages
to that
have
dust.
one of their lanes replaced by Ufferrude enemies.
Oh, I love this event.
infested with blight.
This is kind of like
This lane can reward a new base type.
how do you call
The
this, guys?
Cord Belt.
This event is kind of like a
The
tower
implicit
defense.
of this belt allows it to be anointed, causing it to grant a passive tree notable of your choosing. As a quick note, Imprisoned Jinn will generally be near the content they can empower in the Mirages, so you don't need to worry too much about getting lucky with where your content generates in an area.
I love tower defense stuff.
As the campaign doesn't generally contain too much additional League content for the Mirages to empower, we've gone and added a whole bunch that will force spawn near the Jinn. So your
Cool.
campaign experience will double down on being more action-packed and rewarding.
New
Now, of
unique
course,
items.
if you're traveling through Mirages, encountering new enemies, and slaying them, you can expect to find some new uniques. The Ufferrude are
Yeah.
not only torturers, but thieves, and have over the centuries stolen away priceless Maraketh artifacts. Using their powers of rot and disease, they have twisted these items to suit their own purposes. Flesh Render is one such artifact, an ancient and exquisite Maraketh blade that has been tarnished and befouled.
I feel like you need a
Its
tetanus
rusted
shot
and
to
jagged
wear
edge
that.
is perfect for poisoning and withering your enemies.
No, there is no
However,
click if we're just watching together.
Farashta has in her command the power to restore these once lost Maraketh treasures to their former glory. Acquiring a coin of restoration by slaying monsters in Mirages allows any unique obtained from the Ufferrude to be transformed into its Maraketh counterpart.
Oh,
its
that's
glorious
much better.
original form.
That one you
Flesh
do not
Render,
need the
for
tetanus
example,
shot.
transforms into Sky Sunder, the original Maraketh blade that radiates with the glowing heat of the desert sun. When you ignite monsters, Sky Sunder reflects that ignite back to you, which proliferates to nearby enemies in a massive area.
But do you also take the damage?
If you meddle with the affairs of the Ufferrude for too long, though, you may draw the ire of the Mirage League's new in-game boss, Suresh of the Weeping Black.
Wait! That spear
Suresh
was up
also
his
has a set
ass!
of powerful, exclusive items.
Killer!
Yours for the
Oh!
taking, if you're able to defeat him.
Like, because it was too
So that's
long,
the
right?
Mirage League. Now, to face all the new evils, you might want some righteous skills, some holy skills. In 328, you'll have access to a slew of new options to bring divine devastation and return the faithless to their rightful graves. We're also introducing some supports to go with them, as well as some new transfigured gems. Let's go over a few examples.
With Holy Hammers, you slam the ground to call
Holy
down
heck.
a Hammer of Justice from the sky. If this hits an enemy, an
It did.
additional Holy Hammer will cascade forwards, which itself can further cascade, and so forth.
Nice.
Expending a power charge when
pretty.
using the skill will call down an additional 2 hammers, which can also cause cascading slams. The more numerous your foes, the more instruments of holy judgment.
It's so satisfying to watch everything die so fast around
Sweep
you.
is an old skill. In fact, it is so old that it's one of the very first skills ever implemented in Path of Exile, over 15 years ago.
Do people use this skill
It's
a lot?
been long overdue for some attention. With 328, it has been reworked into Holy Sweep. This skill converts some
Oh!
of your physical damage to lightning with shiny new
That's an
effects to match.
upgrade.
Some enemies struck by the initial sweep will have hammers of light batter them from above. These hammers cause area damage
That's
where they
quite
land,
the upgrade.
so clustered enemies are demolished by repeated impacts. When successfully hitting an enemy with Holy Strike, you'll summon forth a floating holy armament,
I think they will be
a
using it
glowing
now.
mace that follows you closely. These weapons are minions, and will attack with Holy Strike themselves whenever you do.
Sick!
These holy armaments will copy the stats of your main hand weapon to deal their damage.
That's sick!
Stand against your foes with Shield of Light, a retaliation skill which will allow you to unleash a cone of holy light upon enemies after blocking a hit with your shield. Additional cones of light will also pour forth from your nearby allies when you hit with the skill, allowing you to recruit your holy army to create purging light.
Thank you.
Divine Blast emits a beam of holy light from your shield, coalescing into a hovering ball of energy. A few moments later, this unstable orb bursts,
I'm also
exploding
unstable.
outward with divine power. Hallow supports melee attacks, causing them to inflict a new debuff, Hallowing Flame. Hallowing Flame builds up as charges on enemies, getting consumed when attacked. Consuming a stack of Hallowing Flame gives the attack that consumed it a significant amount of
I
extra
really
fire
like that
damage.
weapon minion.
But only those who did not inflict the Hallowing Flame are able to consume it. Perfect for those of you who enjoy a more supportive playstyle with your army of Holy Sentinels. Or friends, when they're
Friends?
online. We've also added sources of this debuff to a number of other places, such as unique items, cluster jewels, and the Guardian Ascendancy class. We also have another batch of new transfigured gems, with many of these being variants for gems which previously had none. One example is the Shockwave Totem of Authority, which casts
changed
its
a lot
higher
of
damage
skills.
dealing Nova at your location instead of its own.
Oh, it looks like your character's farting.
You might also enjoy Orb of Storms of Squalls. These storms warp directly to targets when you use lightning skills, and arc lightning upon doing so.
It's even kind of brown.
This gives you a mobile storm of destruction that follows you as you dive into battle. We'll leave the rest of the transfigured skills for you to comb through in the patch notes. Speaking of the patch notes,
Your
as
farts
always,
cause
we
shockwaves.
love to shake up the meta, so we've done a bunch of balance adjustments
Oh
to
boy.
a few other things as well,
Oh boy.
such as a pass on bloodline classes, expanded the passives available to the Templar section of the passive tree, and various improvements to existing holy themed
Oh,
skills such
framed?
as Static Strike, Holy Flame Totem, and Dominating Blow.
That's right.
We're also doing our usual improvement to some of the least played Ascendancy classes, this time with a focus on Guardian and Warden. Speaking of Ascendancies, let's talk about the Scion and her new Reliquarian Ascendancy class. For those that
New
have played the
class?
Legacy of Freesia events, this class will seem familiar. The Reliquarian is a learned
Smash.
Scion that has studied history at the Oriath Academy. She is a part of a secret society of Oriathans, dedicated to collecting and discerning the strange properties of unique items. All of her passive powers come from these unique items, found from throughout Rayclast. After ascending, first select the power of a unique armor. Victario's influence increases the level of all your auras and gives them a much larger area of effect. Or instead, take Kilowava's Bluster, giving you a chance to have extreme elemental resistance against incoming hits. Next, pick from a unique weapon power. Widow Hail greatly increases the bonuses gained from your quiver. Or Martyr's Teaching, which causes your minions' critical strike chance with attacks to be equal to your main hand weapons. Lastly, pick your Crown Jewel, a unique jewelry power. Astral Projector causes Nova spells to cast from enemies rather than from yourself. Or take Astramentus, simply giving you a huge boost to all your attributes.
Isn't that a lot?
Due to all the ways you can mix and match unique powers, the Reliquarian has more flexibility in how you build it compared to any other Ascendancy
Isn't that a
class in
little
the
bit a
game.
lot?
Our plan going forward is for the Reliquarian to not be a static Ascendancy class, and between each expansion, the unique powers which are offered will change. If you don't like what she offers this expansion, hopefully she'll have the power of your favorite unique item in the next one.
Sick.
Time to move on to the endgame.
With this expansion, we are aiming to liven up the endgame, giving players new experiences, strategies to leverage, and streamlining or removing the more frustrating tasks. Extensive changes will be coming to the Atlas and how you engage with maps, without interfering with the beloved core experience that has
Oh,
made mapping
panic!
so successful.
In the last few endgame updates, you experienced Zana's story. How she helped defeat the Elder, tried to stop exiles from going mad in the Atlas, and faced new threats pouring forth from it. In the most recent expansion, she eventually realized that there was only one way forward: to destroy the Atlas. Zana's recent actions have now weakened the already strained and tattered edges of its realities, reshaping how we interact with the Atlas entirely.
To explain how this changes your interactions with the Atlas, we first want to establish some context while having a bit of a trip down memory lane.
27 expansions ago,
27?
back in Path of Exile 3.1.0, the War for the Atlas, we had a mechanic on the Atlas where the Shaper and Elder were engaged in war. This manifested as influence regions on the Atlas that affected specific maps. The ever-changing influence regions made the Atlas feel more like a physically connected space, rather than just a fancy way of visualizing a checklist of completed maps. However, one of the main frustrations with this mechanic was that you constantly needed many different specific maps in order to manipulate the influenced regions.
We realized we'd love to again have mechanics that manifest physically on your Atlas, but we'd have to address the issue of always needing those specific maps.
The first major change we'll be making to solve this is divorcing map items from specific areas. As an example, instead of having a Mesa map, you will now find, say, a Tier 10 map. To open a Mesa map now, just locate and select Mesa on your Atlas, put in your map item, click activate, and you're good to go.
Oh. Oh, so you can go to a specific
Mesa
area
may
without
drop
finding a
Tier
specific
11 map. You can then immediately return to your map
That's
device,
actually-
which will default to the last map run,
I
and
like
then run
that.
it again. Or choose a new map to use it on. It's your choice.
I like that. I really like that. Because then you can just go to whatever map you want.
This is one of the many benefits to this change, which is that if you're the type of player who enjoys chaining the same map over and over, or the type of player who prefers to jump around, it is equally easy to do either strategy or even switch between them at a moment's notice.
Yeah, because you just go...
For example, if one day you're farming burial chambers, hoping to eventually
Yeah.
get a headhunter from divination cards, and you decide you need a change of rhythm, you can seamlessly swap to your boss farming Atlas tree and spam Mesa for peak boss killing efficiency. Up until now, this would have
Yeah,
required
you
having
don't
some
have
Mesa
to-
maps stashed, setting all your favored maps to Mesa, or doing a whole bunch of trading. You'll also notice that the structure of the Atlas has changed. If you haven't played in a while, here's a look at it before and after. You will now begin at the center of the Atlas, with each corner housing one of 4 Voidstone slots.
Yes.
In
sage.
addition, all content accessed from your map device now exists physically on the Atlas, so you can see everything available in the endgame as you reveal the Fog of War. This also means that all unique maps are now present on the Atlas, including some old favorites that are appearing for
Isn't
the
it like
first
that
time.
in Path of Exile 2?
Don't worry though.
Kind of.
You don't need to complete Hall of Grandmasters every league. You now gain 1 Atlas skill point per unique map completed, up to a maximum of 10. Given there are around 20 unique maps, you only need to complete the half you want, if you can get your hands on them. Note, you aren't losing any Atlas skill points. These have been moved to new places, and actually, you can get more than before. Due to Zana's actions, Egan now has a new goal and is determined to stop Zana's destruction by making use of a mysterious new discovery,
Yeah, I
arcane
see.
astrolabes. Zana is currently traversing the threads that weave the Atlas together, severing them.
Thank you.
With these new
Thank you.
astrolabes,
1 year of
Egan is
treatment
able to
would be
trace her
in the
movement,
intern, I guess.
but using them causes dangerous side effects.
Thank you so much.
When you use an astrolabe on a map on the Atlas, a shaped region will manifest itself in that quadrant, affecting many of the maps within it. There are many different kinds of astrolabes, and they apply different types of shaped regions. For example, an abyssal region, which causes all the maps to have an additional abyss. Or
Sick.
a blighted region,
I like that it's an
which adds
area.
a blight encounter.
But can you add more than one? Can they?
Completing the content added by the astrolabe will remove the shaped region's influence from that map. Upon doing so, every other map remaining in the shaped region will gain an additional modifier. This means as you progress through the shaped region, maps you run will become more and more intense, with the relevant mechanic getting more and more juiced.
So,
Finally, at the end of the region of maps, once you have successfully rid the atlas of the shaped region, Egan will take you to one of 4
so you should do your
memory
favorite
vaults,
map
where there are
last
powerful
then?
rewards to be had. He cares only for the knowledge hidden within that vault, so
It's so
any
pretty.
items are yours for the taking.
Yeah, this is really good.
Each vault is associated with a specific quadrant on the atlas, so you're able to target a certain vault if you're wanting to try get a specific type of reward. One such vault is the Archon's Vault, where you'll be rewarded with powerful unique items. Or the Zealot's Vault, to acquire valuable currency items.
You can just rob them?
This new shaped region system is one that promotes running many different maps. But for players that want to engage with this new system while still wanting to run the same map over and over again, the synthesized stability keystone on the Atlas tree enables exactly that. With
That's
all
what
the
I
new
was thinking,
in-game
because this
changes,
system goes
we thought it
kinda
would be
like
also
against
good
the
to
first
mention
system.
some handy tips and tricks for quickly navigating
Yeah,
the new
that's-
Atlas. When
that's
using
really
the map
good.
device, the Atlas defaults to your previously run map, so running the same map over and over is as few clicks as possible. You can right-click unique maps or map fragments in your inventory to automatically open your Atlas to that location with the map already placed and ready to run. When you select a special area that requires multiple items, such as to fight at Zeri or open the domain
Sorry.
of timeless conflict, if you have the fragments to access that in your inventory, it will
It just
automatically add them to the
goes?
map device in the right spot.
God, last clicking! High
That's the
five!
core of the new in-game. But there's a lot more in-game changes coming in 3.28. Let's blast through them. Over the last few expansions, we've been working on streamlining the mapping experience. And we wanted to continue to minimize busy work so you can spend more time doing what you love, killing monsters and getting loot. To that end, we've made a number of changes. We won't get into too much detail, but here's a quick summary of what you can expect to have received adjustment. We've removed cartographer's chisels and
What?
map device crafts entirely. The loss of content and loot here has been compensated for in other places. Void Stones now grant special global bonuses while socketed on your atlas,
Lua high five.
including adding the new Originator Void Stone, which enables specific atlas bosses to drop exceptional supports. We'll elaborate more on that in the next section. T17 maps as you know it have effectively been
Is that
removed.
the nipple?
The bosses have been kept around, and
it
they better
was.
fulfill their original purpose of being a gateway to target farm uber pinnacle bosses. The most annoying modifiers on Originator maps have been removed or replaced. No more getting turned into a slug for simply using skills. And no more will you be incapable of dealing damage periodically.
That's cool.
Petal skills in Originator maps have been removed. However, some of their effects are now available from the altars and memory threads. Memory tears, instead of adding a memory thread to your atlas, will now drop an itemized version of that thread, allowing you to save it for later or trade it at your leisure. We've added new scarabs, such as this Expedition Scarab of Infusion, which can generate some truly tempting logbooks. And for those of you looking to take on the ultimate one-on-one fight, the Anarchy Scarab of the Exceptional will place a true antagonist-level rogue exile threat in your map,
Run, wait.
empowered by every type of Wildwood Wisp, possessed by a tormented spirit, augmented with rare monster modifiers, and affected by a shrine.
They're getting
This
fucked.
exile is not to be trifled with. Alongside that, we've also changed some, such as the Beyond Scarab of Resurgence, which now causes all 3 Beyond bosses to appear when a Beyond boss would spawn in your map.
Tree?
On top of that,
Oh,
we've made improvements
God!
to a number of weak Atlas Tree passives, such as Pillage and Plunder, which now grants a chance for items dropped by Syndicate members to have a Fractured Veiled mod. Check out the new The Paths Not Taken keystone, which means your maps on average will drop twice as many divination cards. But which ones can drop will be a mystery. And last, but not least, we've also made some changes to King's March shipping, such as we've swapped the rewards given by sending ore and crops. I wonder what this new port will send back. Ports will now give more rewards for favoured resources, and you can even re-roll them for gold, if they're not offering what you're after. Specific ports will now reward specific tattoos and rune grafts, making it easier to target the ones you want.
I miss you guys.
Not to mention, the Kalgurans have discovered several new powerful rune grafts for you to get your hands on, such as the Rune Graft of Fury, which causes you to gain rage on using a life flask, and the Rune Graft of Resurgence,
Seems like
which
a lot
causes
of
Arcane Surge to also
cool
grant life
changes.
regeneration.
What do you guys think?
We mentioned earlier about the Originator Voidstone enabling access to exceptional supports. So let's get into that, as there's a decent amount to cover.
Oh gosh.
After defeating the incarnations of Fear, Neglect, and Dread, you will obtain the Originator Voidstone. As mentioned earlier, this Voidstone allows new, exceptional support gems to drop from many bosses across the Atlas. These new supports are an improvement over the old Awakened support system, which is being phased out. Awakened supports have long been a capstone investment for a character, but there's existed a gulf between the more interesting ones, such as Awakened Spell Cascade, which has some additional transformative effect, as opposed to some of the simpler Awakened supports, which just have slightly higher numerical values. Exceptional supports will all be transformative, serving as an additional late-game tool to customize your build around, and extending character customization and creation even later into a build's life. One of the goals here is to provide interesting build choices even at later levels and deep into the endgame.
That's crazy.
However, we are certainly not aiming to reduce top-end player power with these changes. Exceptional supports will still be super strong. If used well, they will catapult your character even further than before. So, how many are there, and what exactly do they do? There are over 40 new exceptional supports to discover.
40?
Adding additional enticing drops to bosses that may otherwise have felt not as worthwhile to run, giving players extra reason to take on those challenges.
God, that's sick.
For instance, from the King in the Mists, we have the Hex Toad support. This support creates areas of swampy cursed ground, which spawns toads that bounce towards enemies and then explode, dealing chaos damage.
Any tracks in chat?
From the Uber Elder, we have the Void Storm support, which causes your raining attacks to create celestial storms of energy that grow over time, detonating as you approach for massive damage. Defeating the incarnation of Neglect may win you the Frost Mage support. Similar to the existing Archmage support, you are rewarded for stacking mana to enhance your spells with extraordinary cold damage. We'll tease some more of these before launch, but there will be many, many more for you to discover. Keepers of the Flame is coming back.
That's crazy.
However, we do know that many players have issues with the walls in Hive encounters. In order to address these concerns, we'll be making a number of changes. One of the biggest problems is that walls would block your projectiles, meaning that when a Hive randomly spawned in your map, it would make it harder to clear. In order to prevent that, walls and Hive encounters will now be destroyed by any damage.
Isn't that good?
But we also wanted to make sure we reduce the visual clutter they cause. Hives and their walls are now smaller.
Okay.
To allow players to engage with Hive encounters quicker when they do want to help Aelith, we've added a new Atlas passive which drastically increases the detonation area of unstable burrows, causing them to reliably chain react and destroy the majority of remaining walls. For those who don't want to deal with the walls at all, there's now a pair of keystones that allow you to block hive encounters or unstable breaches.
That's
if you
actually
want.
cool. Because if you don't like dealing with
Now that this is a core league, we don't want you to have to grow your Genesis tree from scratch on every league start. So now, each womb gift slot is already usable by default, and access to the Monastery of the Keepers will be gained by finding Aelith starting in Act 6 Mudflats. Now with Atlas Tree and Scarab support, you can have multiple unstable breach encounters active in a single area.
It seems like
for
there's so many
maximum
good
ruckus.
changes. That just
Speaking
seems
of
like
Atlas Tree and
cut
Scarab
away
support,
time
we've
that
added
wasn't
plenty.
necessary.
Here are a few examples. The Massing Forces Atlas notable
Yeah.
grants a chance to have additional unstable breaches in your maps. The Breach Scarab of the Marshal guarantees a breach boss or hive fortress, while the Breach Scarab of the Incensed Swarm replaces all of Aelith's skills with Enrage the Hive, increasing the difficulty and reward from hive monsters in all subsequent waves. Graft items will no
Why
longer
mud?
exist, but we've moved several of the graft skills to new exceptional supports, such as the Hiveborn support, which summons an army of breach minions to do your bidding when you use a
Ew.
supported offering skill. And the Foul Grasp support, which calls forth a field of grasping breach hands when you recall brands, exploding for
Pretty.
heavy lightning damage when enemies approach them.
That's very pretty.
We're looking forward to seeing how these improvements and additions are received, alongside a lot of what Keepers also has to offer. From the new bosses in their bloodline, through to the Genesis tree and its many different crafting options, like Foulborn uniques. Also with its new narrative, we look forward to extrapolating on all of this and learning more about Aelith, the Hiveborn, and its Breach Lords in the future.
Pass.
That covers
That's
all the
like-
new content
It
we're
is this
adding,
master
and
pass.
that was a lot.
Just look
From a
disgusting.
new in-game system, several new
Too many
reward
heads.
types, new ways to juice maps, all of which you can double up in the new Mirage League,
No, you wouldn't.
and all that alongside a suite of new holy skills, a new ascendancy class, and an insane amount of new character customization in the endgame. However, an important part of Path of Exile expansions is making sure there is a continued effort to improve quality of life. So let's get into that now.
Wait, I thought that we were
You can now favorite trades on the currency exchange.
nice.
This consists of selecting two currencies that you want to be able to trade between with a single click, and setting them as a favorite trade.
I feel like there were a
Favorite
lot of
trades will
things
appear by
not
default when
convenient in
opening
the game,
currency
and they're just
exchange,
trying to make
and
them a
will
lot
still
more convenient.
auto-suggest a ratio based on recent trade data. A further improvement to the currency exchange is the ability to open and interact with your stash while you have the exchange window open. Now, when trading in a full set of divination cards, it will automatically be handed in to become the resultant item.
Cool.
If you then turn in another set immediately, the reward from the previous set will be transferred to your inventory directly,
Nice.
assuming there's enough free space to do so. Labyrinth font crafts that previously gave a random transfigured gem now allow you to choose which transfigured gem of that type you'd like to receive.
What?
The asynchronous trade item sale history is now hoverable, with full item descriptions of the sold item. When using Divine Orbs, you can now tell exactly
good.
which modifiers can be randomized. The ritual icon will now glow if you've got significant unspent tribute in an area and all rituals are complete. And a pop-up will appear after the final ritual completion. Also on the topic of
Nice.
ritual,
That's so
you can now quick
good.
use vessels on completed rituals.
I forgot to pick so many ritual
Have you
rewards
ever
because
tried
I'm
to
a
click a divine
dumbass.
shrine surrounded by enemies and find it extremely difficult to click? Well, shrines now take priority over monsters when clicking in an area they overlap. Since 3.24, we've been looking to add new ways to improve the campaign experience, and 3.28 is no different. This patch, we've added over 20 landmark rooms throughout the campaign, scattered across all 10 acts. Some of these reward some pretty useful stuff, so keep an eye out for the new and unexpected rooms, side passages,
Sick!
chests, and encounters as you progress throughout Rayclast. We want most of these to be a surprise, but we'll show you just one. There is now a small central island in the Karui Fortress, all inhabitants of which will drop a basic tattoo when slain.
I
Next
love
up,
secrets.
we're going to be talking about our new supporter packs. Today, we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs. The Curator of Wisdom and Iron Incarcerator packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions. As always, the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way. The Curator of Wisdom series
Look
of
at the
supporter
paper!
packs contains
This is
7
sick!
exclusive microtransactions. The Travelling Wisdom back attachment has all the
Pajama!
necessary tools you may require to chronicle your journey,
Oh,
complete with a helpful rat friend. These
so
chronicles will
cute.
activate their magic upon identifying items, and will track the number of items identified of each rarity. Just hover the item, or link it in chat to show it off.
Nice.
The Acquired Wisdom Unique Finisher effect summons an ancient scroll that consumes unique enemies and the knowledge they hold. Most exiles would struggle carrying piles of scrolls while traveling Rayclast, but the Grand Curator of Wisdom armor set is perfect for the adventurous scholar. Any expert curator knows that scrolls hold more than just knowledge, they also hold power. As you cast spells, the scrolls attached to the armor will burn away, before rematerializing shortly after.
Oh.
It also features a series of helmet variations, so you can get precisely the look you're after. Summon your Scroll Shaper familiar pet to follow alongside you. This creature is formed from folded magical texts, and can shapeshift between different forms. You can think of this as having multiple pets in one.
Cute!
It can fold into a fox, and then even burn away,
Oh my gosh.
reforming into a flying bird.
It's so cute!
This series of packs also contains the Scroll Portals, jumbo-sized versions of the Scroll of Wisdom and Portal Scroll that you can make a quick retreat through. A supreme catalogue of knowledge can't remain in one place for too long and risk being pillaged by thieves. The Titan Apex Hideout features a colossal titan who carries your base of operations atop their shoulders,
Creepy.
constantly moving through a boundless desert. The Iron Incarcerator pack also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. The Incarcerator's Restraints back attachment features stockades that were used to immobilize prisoners by binding them to the earth as they were tortured for their wrongdoings. Shackles envelop your choice of torturing
You can
device
see his face
when
behind
using
the
the
thing.
chains of the Incarcerator weapon effect.
His face was like behind this thing here.
These chains shatter into links as you batter enemies. Make your way through Rayclast as a walking penitentiary, intimidating your enemies with the elite Iron Incarcerator
That's very
armor set.
BDSM.
After a long day of tracking down criminals, step into the Iron Maiden portal to retreat to your torture chamber. It acts
this
as a
the
great
BDSM
deterrent
set?
for would-be intruders. This peculiar creature was a favorite amongst incarcerators. They would be sent into the midst of prison riots to mesmerize and control the toughest of minds. Use their talents to charm other players' pets, causing them to abandon their owners and follow in line behind you instead, at least until it wears off.
It's a long cat, not
What
like in
better
a
way to
good
execute
way.
prisoners when your torturing has depleted their value? Harvest their souls to fuel this map device,
Oh my
condemning them
God!
to eternal incarceration. Your kills within the map are also recorded based on the rarity of the monster. You can choose to pin an execution session that you're satisfied with on this miniature leaderboard,
Wait,
which
what?
is
Sorry.
displayed for all that dare enter your hideout. Additionally,
You
all
can have
microtransactions
private
from these
executions
supporter
in your
packs
hideout?
will be made available for use in Path of Exile 2. Thank you so much for your ongoing support.
Dang.
We're just about to start the Q&A with Ziggy D. Afterwards, we'll post the full patch notes for Path of
Oh.
Exile Mirage at 11 AM New Zealand time, 2 PM Pacific. With release at the end of next week,
Sick.
our community team will be posting crucial information you'll need for the release. Keep an eye on the news.
Find this. I don't know if you end up in the wash list because, you know, it's a little bit kinky. Nice. 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 Ziggity. Dang. We're almost done. We're almost done. A few more minutes and we go to do other stuff. Why did I smile when they say... Wait, excuse me? What does BTSM even mean? Don't tell me, it's okay. I didn't read your message.
G'day Exiles, welcome back. ZD here, joined by game director Mark Roberts and game
That was
designer
different.
Octavian to do our Q&A post
Can you guys still hear?
discussion for an hour, 2 hour, 3 hours. We'll see where things take us, especially with us discussing things like ground loot, endgame, breach, King's March, balance. There's a lot to cover here.
I walked in here with you forever, Ziggy.
Can you guys still hear?
That's good. Let's do it. And well, let's start off by just welcoming Octavian here to the show for the first time.
Hello.
And what brings you?
I actually met him in person. He gave me Path of Exile socks.
This guy? I don't know. He's the one who said I should. No, I mean, I've been doing a lot. So we'll get into more details later, probably. But the teams between Pee Wee 1 and Pee Wee 2 have become a little bit more distinctly split as of late. You know, there's definitely still some people who jump back and forth, but myself, I work fully on Pee Wee 1 at the moment. And I've been doing a lot of the design work on, you know, pretty much everything to do with the 328 expansion. You know, it's not just me. I'm working with a number of other designers, but I've had my hands in a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, it represents a Path of Exile 1, like getting the team and resources that it needs to like continue its development and like put out some spicy expansions every 4 months or something you're trying to do now. So it's a pretty exciting thing for PoE1 fans.
I mean, it's a lot to take on for sure. Like, and there's been some growing pains. We had our whole like team was split and merged team, and now we're kind of splitting again, and we're kind of going all over the place. But honestly, what allowed us to do the split this time is Octavian and Andrew, who's not here, but hopefully maybe next time or in the future we were thinking might get a bit too cozy on this couch.
We need a longer couch.
You know, we'll figure that out. But yeah, with Octavian here, you know, stepping up and seizing control and having that like X factor design, which is something that I would say Jonathan and I have, and you know, pretty much before I was going back and forth on the game so aggressively, and I was just like, holy, there's so much context switching going on. I didn't feel like I was giving enough time to each product, you know, because I was so spread too thin, as they say, and all this. And so all of a sudden, yeah, with Octavian's, you know, just like, let me do it. And so here's where we are. And it's this real awesome story where now, you know, Path of Exile 1, obviously, you know, you started by Chris, you got Jonathan, you got Eric, and obviously they started the project, they started grinding gear, and they had this, you know, obviously they hadn't played the game before because the game was new, right? And so they're developing it and, you know, release it and all this, and now you've got this thing where it's, you know, where Jonathan's obviously still in the picture, but you got this thing where it's kind of like me with Octavian and Andrew, all three of us coming into the company as players through QA, now getting to this point. And so, like, I mean, a
Those
lot of
guys
what
played the
Octavian's
game
getting
before.
is the story I got. And obviously,
And now
I'm
they
all for
work
that
on it.
'cause
Isn't that
I got
sick?
lucky and I'm happy about it and I love my job. And so I'm seeing this happen again. It's exciting. And yeah, it's just, it's bloody cool. While also makes things easier for me, you know? I'm like way less stressed about it. I'm way less spread too thin. I get to actually focus on the quality and what we're doing. And I mean, it's just an all-round win. And yeah, first time Octavian here doing these. You'll see a lot more of him, I'm sure, unless something goes catastrophically wrong today. Good luck.
Yeah, sure.
It's awesome.
I'm confident. I'm confident in the content and the expansion.
No, it's real good. It's awesome. Yeah, like for sure. Like for if you're looking at a how did I do for my first time kind of thing, like I don't think it could have gone any better, to be honest, you know. And good, it's good. And obviously keen to talk about it and keen to answer all the questions. And yeah, you know, I'm sure hopefully you are too. Yeah.
Yeah, Octavian's been super humble and stuff when I've been talking to him. Like, yeah, you're doing a good job. This is good content.
No, it's a
These
big
are good
deal. It's a
changes.
big deal. It's huge.
And yeah, killing tier 17s. What a champion for Path of Exile players everywhere, mate. Good stuff. But I love that you guys have had that like same journey as well. Like, and Andrew too as well, right? Like, it's players become QA, become game like designers, become like producers and leads on Path of Exile 1 project now. Like it's like the game is in the hands of the players, right? Like,
Yeah, kinda.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, I still, play every expansion for, not as much time as I did when I streamed the game, for a living, when it was my job to play it for 8 to 10 hours a day. But I still probably put in an unhealthy amount of time. I work on the game for 8 hours and then I go home and play the game for like 4, and then I maybe eat something and then go to bed. It hasn't faded. I had a lot of people when I first joined the company asking me like, do you not play the game anymore? Is it not fun anymore? Like, do you get sick of it? And no, it has not yet happened.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I'm excited to talk about all the new stuff, but first, I think we definitely need to talk about ground loot.
Yeah, the loot. There's not much loot on the ground down here, is there?
I don't see anything.
Where's
and
the
nothing's
loot?
making it through my filter right now.
That sounds
Floor is
healthy.
empty. Ground loot is a hot topic discussion right now, and has honestly been for a long time in some iteration or another. I remember like as far back as like I was trying to find where, for me, the idea of where some of these things trace back to, and for me it was actually like Legion, like farming low tier maps where you're getting that flat additive loot in the map, and so all of a sudden you're not caring so much about what the regular monsters drop. You're just doing your tier 4 glacier
That's
to
a
get
lot.
Legion and stuff
If
like
you
that.
like so,
But
you know.
this whole thing is definitely like it's been a tricky topic to break down because a lot of people have various different issues. Some people are like blaming loot tiles. Other people, like myself, for example, think loot tiles are great. They're just kind of like indicative of the difference between what is dropping from regular monsters in a map and what is being given through what I will refer to as loot tiles, but is generally like flat additive systems, something that adds something, a known quantity, something that's going to be, what you're going to be getting to some extent. And I don't necessarily think, I think those are a great mechanic for various reasons, but they don't necessarily scale with difficulty in the same way as regular content can. They don't have as much of that element of surprise. And I think trying to like really figure out where a lot of this comes down to, like what's the actual issue if you like kind of peek through the curtains a bit. I think it's just that people are getting their loot in ways that feel like it isn't earned, like it's too disconnected from the gameplay, right? Like you've either got like non-combat drops being really good, things like shipments and the auto mappers, or loot tiles, which have that kind of like preordained feeling, so it's not as directly correlated with the content you're doing. So I'm just curious kind of like how you guys are feeling about or tracking with that, just discussion in an overall sense before we dive into some of the specifics.
Well, there's a couple. Obviously, look, item drops are complicated. This model is complicated. The system is complicated, and it's easy to get lost in the weeds and all that. But honestly, let me simplify it down. Yes, if people don't think it's good enough, it's not good enough. So we'll fix it, right? And now, obviously,
Like that
these things can
attitude.
take time. But I mean, we'll immediately just to get right in there, because I know what people actually want to know is what are you doing about it. So let's get to that straight away, which is at least for now, given that we have a week till release. But that being said, we can always make loot better mid-league, right? And that's never a problem.
That's never a problem.
It's taking away this problem. But look, as I said, if you say it's not good enough, it's not good enough. That's how it is. That's just the nature. If the players, and I mean the audience at whole, is like, it sucks, then it sucks, right? So we'll make it better. So to start
That's
with,
respectable.
what we're going to be doing, instead of, there might be some terminology here I need to make sure I acknowledge people don't understand. We will effectively be doubling all the currency.
What?
and this is
That's
from
number
like,
one.
stuff that's dropping outside.
From core drops, as we
core
call
drops,
it. Yeah. Not windows, not tile loot,
tile,
whatever all the
loot
terminology
tiles.
is. Obviously, that will then,
What?
by consequence, diminish the rewards from window loot and tile loot. Yes, that is intentional.
Just economically speaking, you mean like?
Yes,
by
correct.
comparison.
As in just proportionately, one goes up, the other is now less value proportionally
Yeah,
in their
just 'cause of
Yeah,
like
the-
inflation and whatnot.
What else are we doing? We're going to do a bit of a pass on like memory strands was an attempt to try and get equipment. So that's the currency. The equipment memory strands was an attempt to get equipment drop to be more impactful. You know, when you identify it, I would say that system didn't. It has its purposes, but it didn't land as good as we wanted. So we're just reassessing that since we're also making changes to the end game around originator maps and all that. Look, they're going to be better. There'll be generally more strands. They'll have higher impact. So identified items via that means will just be better.
Cool.
We're also trying. We're going to see if we can do it in time to make sure that it also doesn't just pick bad base types.
Oh yeah, that's already been done.
There you go.
Nice.
Sweet. Well, we did a lot of this yesterday.
So base type biasing.
It has yes, so it still can technically, if you get rather unlucky, pick a lower tier base type, but it's heavily biased towards picking higher tier base types to put the memory strands on.
Okay, that's cool. I remember like a long time ago, it was not like that was avoided specifically. It was like, oh, some people might want like a groove bow or something instead.
I mean,
sure.
I think at this point,
whatever.
yeah, whatever.
Deal with it, I guess. Greater good is often the way to look at that. And then look, we're doing some other things. We're going to have ancient orbs, fracturing orbs added to the core drop pools, which should help a little bit for that more kind of mid to higher tier currency.
Yeah, those are the... Ooh, yeah.
We're doing anything else? So we're doing a little bit of a rebalancing of currency proportions. Okay, when I say double currency, by the way, I immediately obviously forgot to mention the important thing. We're not doubling transmutes and orgs. We're doubling the things that matter.
True.
We're doubling the more important currency. We're not you're not just
There's
going to get
like
twice as many of
double
the trash.
exalted orbs and stuff like
obviously,
that.
by end game, you don't need
I am so
thousands of
confused.
them that exist already. So, look, that's the immediate step that we're taking. It's always going to be an ongoing discussion. There's always going to be ebbs and flow to this, always, right? There will be a thing where maybe ground loot is saved, and then a year later we'll be having the exact same discussion with a slightly different twist, and that's fine. That's just how it works. You might even find 6 months from now or something where people are like, bunch of these leagues aren't worth doing because the window loot happens to suck from them or something, These are just how these things go. It's a constant back and forth. It's a constant conversation, and the important thing is just like, there's a problem, fix the problem, don't freaking. And the thing is about it, and because item drops is so complicated, what you do find, and you find it internally, you get lost in these just crazy philosophical conversations for like hours and hours and hours and hours of talking about why and what did we do in the past that did X, Y, and Z, and it is important to discuss those, but sometimes it's also important to just bulldoze through and just start making changes and start fixing the problem. Now, especially with a week till deployment, like we don't want to sully or have all the content to be ultimately, less appreciated because of the fact that, ground drops suck, which
Should they have done more than double then?
So yeah, we're doing what we can now. We'll hopefully do more later.
I don't know. I don't know how double will feel like.
Just keep telling us about it. You know what I mean? But for now, we're going to doing a bunch of changes because we can this week. We can test them this week. We can make sure that we're happy with them this week. And if we do anything else, we'll let you know. And then, we'll just keep going. And we obviously got changes to King's March, which is obviously window loot. You've got changes to... the new league, I would say, is one that more favors generally things that aren't in Windows.
I think it's a good thing because it's fun to use the currency to improve
we'll
your
see.
items.
I don't know. Hopefully, that's a good start.
And if you have more
we'll
room to do that, it's better.
Octavian, you were mentioning to me this idea that there's like a lot of white trash items that are dropping, and something about like that kind of effectively becoming currency was kind of the idea there.
Sort of in a way. So like when Mark says doubling the currency that drops, we're not like there is a total amount of weighting in the drop pool, if that makes sense. And we're not adding more weighting to that drop pool. Instead, we are subtracting it from places like, normal basic equipment that every single person is hiding on their loot filter. That weighting is now going instead towards currency items. And like Mark said, specifically towards currency items that aren't like transmutes.
There's technically not more items on the floor. It's just more of the garbage has turned into, ideally now, mid and higher tier currency.
Yeah, so like once upon a time we had this like massive historic quantity rarity buff removal thing that occurred, and some of the numbers on that were like crazy. It was like, this has 1600%
I wonder how that will affect
quantity.
the economy.
So for the skeptics out there, like my father when I was young, who would say, "I'm doubling your pay this week." Double nothing's nothing. Do you think like doubling the currency is something that has like a pretty appreciable impact on like a map to map basis? When like a lot of the time you are kind of just walking out with a couple fragments and a scarab.
I honestly have no idea what's gonna happen.
Double is definitely still double. It's a pretty big deal, you know.
There's
Like
a difference between like economic changes
it's definitely
and things that you
I
feel,
agree.
though,
It's
yeah.
definitely different to a like 6% glacial hammer buff or whatever's happened historically. It definitely will make a pretty notable
I
difference.
don't know.
But
I don't think I'll
that
find
case
any.
there is also an important one, and we were still actively discussing that yesterday, where we were like, there's a little bit of wanting to make sure there's a minimum as well, especially with a certain amount of content. Like, I appreciate that a lot of people are like, you know, there's that juice up here, and there's that, like, here's just your base map, and there's a bit of an
did you ever find a
expectation
mirror?
that, you know, you should be able to just go in, clear the map, and come out with more. And I generally agree with that. I would say that, you know, the base map is kind of bad right now with respect to some of that. And so, but again, this is that thing where we've got these things we can do now and quite quickly, because we understand the ramifications of them way more. Then
How many
there's still all
hours
these
had
other
you played the
conversations
game
we need to have
when you
about
dropped
more
it?
like that and how we can achieve that. You know, there's things about how can we've always wanted the idea that the quality of equipment is dropping better, but there's less of it. How can we achieve that? And like, it's quite complicated and quite difficult to do, and it has like all these
5,000 hours.
ramifications down the line, and it just goes and goes
see-
and again. So right now, focus on what we're doing, but
Now
we
it would
will
only
100%
take
be looking at
2,500
things like
hours.
the minimums, the base mapping
They double the
experience
drops.
versus the giga juiced. Because the other thing we need to make sure
You would have 2
we
mirrors.
don't do is you know, often what you can do is you can add something that is more for your average player doing your average regular map, and then that, once multiplied by every single league thing, ends up being just more and more for the top end, and then it's a bit of a rich get richer situation, and you didn't end up necessarily even benefiting that person. You in fact made them now feel worse from an economic standpoint.
Guys,
So,
listen.
like, yeah, you have that thing where you need to give something there but take away from something here.
Let's just stop
and
here.
That can be dangerous because
You
might,
guys want to play some
you know,
Solasta?
overcook the nerf. You might overcook the buff. You might undercook on either. You know, it's scary.
Let's play
for
some
sure.
Solasta.
So yeah, I mean, even yesterday, I mean,
I really wonder what they're gonna do with this currency, and I feel like this seems like such a big change, like doubling the currency. I wonder how they will pull that off. God.